So hey everybody, welcome to another video here on the 67 Mustang channel. So we're still not going to be able to work on the EFI yet. Waiting on that major component, the one that goes up there, before we can get started on that. I think we have everything else. I forgot to mention in the last video that I also have about 10 feet of Earl's Vapor Guard EFI fuel line, the rubber fuel line to go with that. So got that in there. But one of the things that I've been seeing on a couple of different forums out there is for those of us that don't have consoles in the car and whatnot, what kind of consoles should we put in here? So there's a company called, I think it's TMI Products, that makes various parts for the interiors of these cars, including some consoles. And folks are really wondering, is it worth it? Are these good consoles? So I happen to have one that I purchased a while ago. So I thought I'd do a quick review on that so you could see up close and personal whether you thought it was worth it, get my impressions on it, and so on. So what we'll do, let's go ahead and get it out here, and we'll get close and personal and down in the weeds with this thing and give you my thoughts and opinions on it. So let's go ahead and get started. Why don't we? So here is the console that we're reviewing today. I said this comes from TMI Products, is the manufacturer. It's sold by a lot of different vendors. CJ Pony Parts, I know for one, sells it. You can go to the TMI website directly and buy it. So I thought, I've seen several posts on various forums and stuff asking about, what others think about this console. Is it worth the money? So I thought I'd do a quick, as I'm saying, a review of it, since I have one. So, based on the description from TMI, this particular unit here is the Deluxe Pony console. And by Deluxe, it means it has this chrome divider on it. I think they have options for it to be two-toned in there. I went with solid black on mine. Anyway. And they have two versions of this. They have one, if you have a original console and you just want to add cup holders and kind of an armrest and some storage, this will actually, they have one that will actually sit on top of your original console, so you can keep that one in place and this goes on top of it. Or you have the one that I have here, which just rides the hump, right? The transmission tone. Okay, so that's the one I've got. So let's take a look a little bit closer. I'm going to tell you about a couple of the dimensions and things with it. We'll talk about the materials and stuff like that. So the total height on this unit, from bottom to the top here is listed at 7 inches. The width, it's uniform, up to where it rounds off here, is set at 6 inches. And then the length here is 21¼ inches. So that's the total dimensions of this device. Now, as far as overall construction, now keep in mind TMI builds these kind of one at a time. So it's not necessarily a mass-produced item. There will be some differences between individual units of the same model. At least that's what I've been told. So I've had this thing for about a year and a half. It was actually one of the first things I bought for the car myself. If you remember some of the first start videos, there was originally in there a old plastic, I hate to use the word console, but an old plastic console that had cup holders for 2 cups and it could hold cassette tapes in it. That I got back in the 80s when I was driving the car as a teenager. So I really wanted something nicer to spruce up the car, make it a little higher end, I guess, whatever. So I went ahead and ordered this. I got it on sale through CJ Pony Parts. So the MSRP price on this, based off of TMI's website as of today, was $255.98. That is the suggested retail price for this unit. I paid about 180 bucks for it on sale through CJ Pony Parts. Okay, is it really worth over $200? Is it even worth $180? So we'll take a look. Material wise, it seems to be fairly nice. The leather vinyl, and I'm not sure which one it is seems to have some pretty good stitching. I don't know if you can see this here, so that's in good shape. The overall construction seems solid for such a unit. Now, a couple things I am noticing. Well, let's turn this around and see. Is that here where the cup holders are, this side over here is a bit higher. I don't know if it's something I did. Push it down. Than this side. It does look like I can push it down a little bit, and maybe it'll get down in there better. But anyway, I just noticed that in there. Okay, so that's something to note. These crevices also do collect a lot of dirt and pollen out here, and especially in a car like mine that doesn't have AC, I leave the windows open a good bit. So that's something to keep in mind with this. Okay, now we'll open this up here. So you do have this storage compartment. You do have a nice little envelope area here to slide documents and things like that, which is good. Then you have a little compartment here to put stuff into. Now it has a little divider. Let's see if I can. Ugh, doesn't want to come out easily. Let's see what this. If I can get it out. Ugh. Okay, well here's. I'm gonna get my coffee mug off there because if I don't want to knock it off and break it, then I have to buy a new one from the merch store. Okay, well that divider is not coming out easily, so I'm not gonna. But apparently there is a way to get down in here. It's got a pull string, but God, that is a tight fit in here. So I don't know if it's happened, things have swollen over the year and a half or so that I've had it. What it seems to be, so you can see where these are coming down into here, and they continue, I can feel them, they continue down probably an inch or so under where this carpeted-like lining starts. So it seems like it's catching on that. I don't know if there we go. Aha. Okay, so we went ahead and pulled that out. What it did is I had to twist it one way. So now you can see there's additional space down here. You can see where so you can see kind of where the leather is ending in there and stapled in carpet area. Now looking up under here, it looks like the main frame is made out of some sort of fiberboard that is reinforced by some wooden ribs right here, and that's where that sleeve or that shelf I just pulled out fits on in there. Hinge here looks pretty heavy duty given what it is. I don't think that's a problem. Pretty good with that hinge on there, right there. So overall, I would say the general construction is pretty good. Is it perfect? Obviously not. But again, if it's handmade, I wouldn't expect perfection every time. But it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's pretty good. So the materials seem to be pretty good. That seems like that's a solid wood block right there. The divider right here. The overall strength, especially with that end, seems to be fairly good. Okay. Now, one thing I see a lot of questions about is the cup holders. What will they fit? And that's a good question. So I've got a couple of different items that I brought with me to try that are probably common to what you would be wanting to drink while you're riding in your car. So I've got a soda can. Fits right in there. It's a good snug fit. So if you drink out of a can, that works. I now have a 16-ounce, 16.9 fluid ounce bottle. It will fit in there as well. So those fit in there pretty good. Okay, so both of those fit. Now I have a big cup. This would be like, this would be like your super-sized cup from fast food joint. I don't have any of those, but yeah, that doesn't fit. So your normal small to medium-sized drink will fit in there, but your extra size, your big gulp, whatever you want to call it, will not fit in there. Now, I wonder, these cup holders just slide out. They're just slightly stuck in there. I don't know that I would want to try. No, it still wouldn't fit easily with that. So if you drink big drinks a lot, this would not fit. So that is a downside to this particular model. The other downside I can tell you, where's mine? Okay. To this is it's held in by Velcro straps. This is supposed to Velcro down on your carpet. Now when I had that original ratty carpet, well I should say original because I had replaced it in the 80s, but it was based on the original loop carpet that was in there. This stuck down pretty good to that. Now on this new carpet I put in here, the Mass Black, I can't remember the exact name of it, but from ACC, the higher end carpet, this Velcro does not stick to that worth a flip at all. So if you have that new, or you put in that higher grade carpet like I put in this one, and again I'll put the name of it because I don't remember the exact name. It was like I said, the Mass Black something. Anyway, very high-end, wonderful carpet. I love it. But the Velcro straps don't work. So I'm going to have to figure out something else to put this in. I'm also not thrilled with these cup holes being as small as they are. I mean, yes, these items here fit just fine, but I like to take my water, this is water, with me. And that won't fit in there. So I don't know if I'm going to take this one and modify it or not. Now I would think for spending almost for me almost 200 bucks, if you buy it directly from TMI right now when it's not on sale, you're spending 260 bucks almost. You would think they would make it to fit these drink sizes, which is more what you get at fast food joints nowadays with your combos. So from that standpoint, I'm a little disappointed that doesn't fit. Also wish they came up with a better system for holding it in, because the underside of this thing, as I flipped over, aside from the Velcro, I mean, all you have is basically carpet that mimics the carpet that's in the car. So if it had something that would grab your carpet under here, like, that's the thing, the plastic one I had back in the 80s that held the cassettes and actually had little stubs that would help hold into the carpet to keep it in place. And it worked pretty damn well, given what I did in that car at that time. So it's something in here, another option to better mount this, I think would be wonderful if they included. So these Velcro straps, especially with the higher end carpet, just doesn't do anything. And I really don't know what to do. I thought about, I could run some self-tappers through. I don't know. I really don't know. But for an interim, it'll work. Do I think it's worth the money that I spent on it now that I've had it? Probably not. Just too many little things that don't quite measure up to me. Not that I say it's not bad, and if you had the original Star carpet, at least that would help hold it in place. But this cup holder thing is really kind of a make or break for me. I don't know. And I'm also thinking about running and maybe putting in some USB ports here if I keep this unit. And I should say TMI also makes other units. They actually make full consoles that run like the original console did, up from the radio back to the back seat area. Maybe those are better. When I get the FI in, I've got to put that screen in somewhere. I don't know what I make. I don't know. Anyway, I got some thinking to do. But so overall review is not a bad unit. I don't think it's worth $250+. I'm not even sure it's worth the $180 I paid for it. I would say maybe, you know, 110, given the quality of the materials and all that. Certainly. If you take in the fact that they make these one-off, and that is something, if you order this from TMI or from CJ, expect a wait time. I had to wait like 3 months to get mine because, again, they don't mass produce them. They build them as they are ordered. So, and right now with everything being on back order and supply, I would expect it may take 6 months. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just guessing. So, anyway, again, not a bad unit. I don't think it's worth the $255 or even $180. Again, if you dropped it down to, I don't know, between 100 and 150, maybe, then just given, like I said, it's leather and it is quality constructed. I'm not knocking that at all. It's good made, but still has a little problems. So with that, we'll go ahead and call it a video. Hope you've learned something. If you're considering one of these units made by TMI Products, maybe I've given you a little clarity, some things to think about. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you have one of these and you have an opinion about it, or you have some ideas, some mods you did to it, please share those in the comments. I would love to have that. So with that, folks, hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks.